Welcome to another episode of Relationship 911. I am your host, King James.
And I am his co-host, Arthur JW.
What's going on?
How you doing tonight, King?
All right. Hold on. You know what? I had some technical difficulties with the beginning of the show, but that's okay because we got so much better and whatnot. It doesn't even matter, right?
No, it doesn't. Anyway, let's go.
Okay, let's go. All right. Anyway, welcome to another edition of Relationship 911. We're here every Monday, 9 p.m., right? CST, Central Standard Time. First, I didn't even know what the hell that was, but I realized I need to know what it was so you guys can know what time to catch us on. So check it out. We are a focused forum group. Me, Arthur J, we don't solve your problems. We just discuss topics and things like that dealing with relationship. And you guys, the audience, you guys come up with the solutions and the topics and, you know, the interventions on how we resolve and navigate through these dating waters. This group formed out of the Facebook group Married in 2015. If you're not in Married in 2015, you must be under a rock. Make sure you go on Facebook and search it. It is Married in 2015. It's a Facebook group. It's also another relationship group. We got some great admins and we have some passionate viewers. Would you say so, Arthur J?
Absolutely passionate. And Married in 2015 is that we keep it genuine, we keep it sincere, we're transparent, and yes, as always, we're passionate.
That's right. So we are planting seeds and we're growing knowledge, and we got some great admins over there. That's Carrie, that's Telly, that's Anisha, and that's my boy Brent. And they help kind of orchestrate our little community over there. So please add me on Facebook if you haven't added me so far. That is a King James. You know I'm special, so I have KIING James, and you can reach me on there, and you can reach me on Twitter _ before that, Facebook, whatever. Arthur J, how do they get at you?
Of course, Arthur JW on Facebook and Arthur JAY, just the letter W on Twitter.
And that's right. Check it out. So like I said, you can call in every Monday live and you can hang out with us. You can come on the show. You can call in. Pretty interactive and things like that. And we talk about different topics and things like that. So let's get on into today's topic. Signs.
Wow.
That
wow.
Well, that was the King Horn and it's like that. But anyway, tonight we're talking about the friend zone, right? Tonight we're talking about how do people get put in the friend zone, and in classic Relationship 911 style, we don't only talk about the problems, we also have solutions towards the end of the show, right?
Absolutely. And you know, one thing I got into, or one thing that I did see when I was researching for this about how people get into the friend zone, I have one very important point to make, that some of the older women in my age range may not see it that way. So I'm interested to see what the audience has to say.
Yeah, and you know, starting off with the friend zone, I just give a little bit of background. Before I want to ask you, have you been put in the friend zone? But I know I've been put in the friend zone a time or two. Now, I want to explain this one. Now, I got put in the friend zone because there was this young lady, right? And okay, I used to date this one lady. It didn't work out. Okay. So me and her friend was cool too. And the friend, we cool, but she put me in the friend zone just because I used to date her other friend. I mean, I just think that is just so silly to get put in the friend zone when we have such a good time. But anyway, I digress. I want to ask you, Arthur J, have you ever been put in the friend zone?
You know what? I can honestly say I don't really know if I have or not. You know, every guy I've dated. And so I didn't have put in the friend zone. So even talking about this topic tonight was kind of a challenge for me because I really wanted to be knowledgeable and come from a point of view which, you know, everyone could connect to. But it's difficult. But I find now at 38 wanting male friends, I guess it could be easy to put into the friend zone. So I guess I have been and maybe don't know it.
Yeah, and I'm beginning to think, do you think there are different degrees of like the friend zone? Like if you're trying to get out the friend zone, is it like a DEFCON 4 friend zone where it's like if you're trying to get out this friend zone, you will die, you will be executed, you know, do you think there's different levels of the friend zone?
I do think there's different levels of friend zones. I think that there are friends that, like they say, friends with benefits. So I do think that when you talk about friend zone, you got to figure out what zone you're in. Are you in the friend zone?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So as friends with benefits, would that be like level 1, or is that level 1?
That would actually be like a level. That would be like a level 3.
Go ahead.
Like a level 3. I think what it comes down to, you have the friends where, hey, it's strictly platonic. Nothing can evolve out of that. And then I think you have the flirtatious friend zone, okay, where we just kind of have that flirty exchange and banter, go back and forth, but no one ever acts on it. So that would be the second level.
Okay, so good. You know, this is very informative. So we need to let the audience know, even though that there is a friend zone, there are different levels in the friend zone, and certain levels are harder to come out of.
Yes.
Because I would think if you are friends with a benefit, it would be easier to cross over into the romantic. But if you're a friend flirtatious, or you're the friend and you're just like nothing, that's going to be a harder climb, right?
Well, I'm going to challenge that, because I would think being a friend with benefit would be harder to cross over into the romantic zone. And let me tell you why. Because remember, a friend knows everything about you. So depending on how the gentleman or the young lady views it, is that friend just an easy person? Or, you know, have you expressed, because, you know, think about it, as a friend, you tell them everything. So have you told them, hey, you're not the only one? So you have to keep in mind how that comes across, because at the end of the day, people don't say it, but they want someone sincere, genuine, and wholesome.
Right. So look, the phone lines are blowing up because everybody wants to either let us know how to get out the friend zone, or if they've been in the friend zone. But so we're going to go ahead and start taking open some calls and everything.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. You guys know how I do it. I just kind of call out your 4 last digits of your number, and we start talking about the friend zone. So let's get into caller 9430. We're talking about the friend zone. You're on Relationship 911. What do you have to say?
I just logged in. I'm just listening right now.
Okay.
How do you get out of the friend zone?
And you know what? I got some great tips to get out the friend. Have you ever been? Let me ask you a question. Do you think you've ever been put in a friend zone?
Oh, hell yeah. Excuse me.
Oh no. Hey, look, this is internet. You can cuss all you want to cuss. So this is not a family-oriented show. So look.
All right.
So look, how do you know you were put in the friend zone? What are the signs?
It's with the hug, you know, the type of hug, you know. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, it's like when you try to, like you try to go up and, casually kiss them on the cheek or whatever, and they, hurry up and switch it off and with a hug and, with a hug and stuff like that. So that's why I think you're in the friend zone. That's what, I'm trying to get away from that.
Get away from that. Okay. Well, I think you just stay on the line. I got some real good solutions for you. Arthur J. Listen, you know what? That is a telltale sign right there. When you go to reach for the little kiss and they give you what kind of hug you think he got?
He probably just got the side hug.
Wait, how do you do the side hug? Oh, you the one hand, the church.
That's right, the one arm. Yes, yes.
So
I love it, King James, because one thing that he said is that that's something he's trying to get out of himself. But when he goes to give a kiss on the cheek, I think that's very endearing. So I think that, that can be seen as kind of flirtatious. What do you think?
yeah, I mean, I like that he said that because I got some segues into, if that's what he's attempting to do to try to get out of it. And I'm glad, you know what, and we need to learn. See, I'm glad he told me, because I was young, and when I was younger, I said, oh man, she just gave me a hug. And I thought, shoot, a hug was a hug. I thought I was in my friend. But it's the type of hug.
It's the type of hug, and not only that, but the stimulation you get behind that hug isn't always, a friend vibe, depending on what state you're in, when we were younger. Because, that flesh to flesh interaction when you're 16, 17, 18, 19, we automatically think, oh man, there may be something there, and not really realizing, hey, it's not something genuine.
I know, right? So let's get into some more calls. We're talking about the friend zone. Let's get into 4806. We're talking about the friend zone. You're on the line with King James and Arthur J. What do you guys say?
I don't have anything to say yet.
What?
Ask me a question. I got an answer for you.
Okay, look. You sound like you got some answers for it. Look, so we're talking about the friend zone. And what I would like to know, have you ever been placed in the friend zone before? And if you did you ever escape it?
I haven't been put in the friend zone before. I've never been put in the friend zone.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Have you ever placed somebody in a friend zone?
Yes, at least twice a week. Yes.
Why? Why do you place them in the friend zone?
Well, for me, I'm on the street, and some people, they can like you or think that you are pretty or smart or witty, but you don't really have any chemistry, and they just like you just because. And I think men have the issue with that. They just, oh, she's pretty, or she's funny, or she's smart, and I like we had a good vibe, but there's no real chemistry there. There's no chemistry, so sometimes you have to, like, hey, there's nothing here, and men take it offense to it, but I think it's better to put people in the friend zone, let people know from the rip, hey, I'm not interested or whatever, and we could absolutely be friends and be cool. Like me, I value my friendships more than anything, because I have lifelong friends, and we go and do everything and have great times and That doesn't mean that we're romantic. We don't have those romantic connections where you melt like butter, or you just so attracted to one another. I think it's important to have those boundaries and separate people. And people men take offense to it, but it's better than somebody leading you on and lying to you and taking your money. So, hey.
Okay, so let me ask this question. I have a very good friend who feels like, hey, I have enough friends. As a single woman, I'm looking for a man to settle down with. So do you think that as single women, we should be taking applications for the friend zone?
I don't think people take applications for the friend zone. I think they just end up there. Like a perfect example, one of my closest friends, we met, we had a real fun exchange. We even went on a date. And everything, but we had so much fun. And he ended up being a friend. He's still a friend to this day. We've been friends for like 6 years. And I think what happens with women is when they're dating, they're so busy trying to audition a candidate instead of just go out, have fun, see what happens, see what develops, because people are going to naturally fall into categories automatically.
Mm-hmm.
People are going to always, they're going to end up being close friends with somebody you may not have particularly thought you were going to care for or like, or you may end up being romantic with someone that you never even thought you would, that you didn't think y'all had anything in common. So I think that one thing that women do wrong is they go out and they meet people with the intensive purpose of finding a relationship, finding a guy, and then you're trying to make the situation work, as opposed to knowing that when you meet the right one, it just will work. You don't have to try to make it work, it's just going to work.
Right.
What do you think about that, King James?
I'm going to do it correctly.
Right. I definitely thank you for your input, caller. Now, she was very insightful, because this is why a lot of people are, how do you escape the friend zone? Because like she said, if there is no chemistry, because let's go with okay, I meant to do this at the beginning of the show. Let's go with the definition of what the friend zone is by Wikipedia. I don't want people calling up there where, you know, you get this smart motherfucker. It depends on what you call, what's your definition of friend. So let's just square it off right now. Refers to a platonic relationship wherein one person is, and you know what? Most commonly, according to statistics, men are most commonly put into friend zones than women. So I know why guys are probably calling about this. Where one wishes to entertain into a romantic or sexual relationship while the other does not. So that is a hard uphill battle, like the caller said. I don't think she initially put them in a friend zone. I think they start off with an A. I think these people start off with an A, maybe. I'm assuming that's what she's saying. And they ended up with an F.
Well, she's talking about explicit. Right. But you know, she talked explicitly about chemistry, you know, and chemistry can be a very tricky thing. Now, I want people to really, and we're going to have a show on chemistry, and I'll talk more about that later. But, you know, chemistry is funny because it depends on what kind you're talking about. Now, chemistry as in a connection or chemistry as in sexual. Some people don't know how to separate the two. So we end up putting people in the friend zone where it's that connection, but it's maybe not sexual. And guess what? Sex doesn't hold a relationship. Right. So that's really the type of chemistry you should be going off of to put someone in a friend zone.
All right. So let's take some more callers, right? Let's go down the line. We're taking more callers. 4210, you on Relationship 911. We're talking about the friend zone, and you say? 4210, we're talking about the friend zone.
Sorry, my mute was on as well.
No problem.
Good evening. I have been friend zoned. It hurt. It really did. Got over it, moved on. Just recently, I had to put someone in the friend zone. There was no chemistry. I'm a single parent, divorcee of 3 children. It's not going to work. He has no motivation, no drive, not looking to buy a house. He's happy just what he's doing with his life. He's over 40. Sorry, dude. And he's not getting it. I can't even get him to go away. So technically he's friend zoned.
So it looks like these guys, you kind of sound like the last caller. We're giving them A's, but because of the things or the chemistry, they ended up in the F, the friend zone.
And I tried to put it out to him. What are your plans 2 years from now? What do you? And he couldn't give it back to me. He couldn't say anything but get healthy and be in a relationship.
See, and that's very
really,
yeah. And that's very important, and very important point the caller brought up. Some people are put in the friend zone not because that's where we want you, but because you're not measuring up with life goals and aspirations, and that brings a totally different twist on it.
Right. Okay. I thank you so much, caller, for that input. So she's kind of reiterating what the last caller said is. So I'm getting some more insight in here, Arthur J. I'm getting we've got, there's different levels of the friendship, right? And sometimes it's also about the chemistry that's taking place that's causing you to end up in these different levels. Is that right now?
That's correct.
Okay, so I'm gonna take another caller, and then we're gonna get into some interventions on. Let's get into 7429. You on Relationship 911? We're talking about the friend zone.
Hello.
Yeah, we're talking about the friend zone. What you got to say?
Well, I don't think I've ever been placed in the friend zone, to my knowledge. Or you know what? I have been placed in the friend zone in terms of meeting guys who are not interested in having a serious relationship.
Mm-hmm. How do you know that they placed you in the friend zone though?
Because they say it directly.
Oh, they were direct.
You know,
yeah, that's the first.
Right. So it'll be something in terms of, you know what, I'm not looking for anything serious right now. I'm just out, you know, dating around and wanting to have a good time or different things like that. So it's like, you know, you're a great person. I enjoy spending time around you. I think you're beautiful. I think you're smart. I like your goals and your ambitions. So what is it about me that you don't see having a future with? So typically they'll just say, okay, well, I think we could be good friends. And it could be one of those types of situations where we can be good friends with benefits for however long I choose to allow that relationship to last, if I wanted to pursue that route.
Right, right. And you're kind of echoing the anthem. I think every every friend who gets put into the friend zone gets that same speech. I think it's a manual somewhere about you're a great catch, you're a great person, you're so smart, you're so funny, and it leaves you, the person in the friend zone, wondering if I'm all of this, if you feel like I'm all of this,
right?
Why am I not able to? Why can't we be in a relationship?
Right, but let me say this, King James, and it's so important. All the men and women, really listen to this. If you're friends with someone and you spend time with them, and they say you're a great catch, you be careful how much time they usurp, because you know people will usurp your time so they can have the illusion of having a relationship with you, going out, spending money, investing in them. And that's all they want is friends. So as we transition into this next leg of the show, stop that. If you want people to stop and take you seriously, sometimes you have to cut off the people that are just not serious about it. And sometimes it's not you, it's that person. They just don't want to settle down.
Right. I thank you, caller, for your input. So look, Arthur J. So I guess we get into that second part where we're going to come up with some interventions. So I'm going to come up with some interventions because we're here to help, right? We're here to talk. We kind of discuss the friend zone, the different layers, how people get put in there and stuff like that through the lack of chemistry, ambitions, the whole I have a dream, you're a nice guy, you know, the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
So one of my suggestions, and that's going to the last caller said, to get out the friend zone. And this goes to the very first caller.
Yes.
You gotta break the nice guy or the sweet girl stereotype. Yes. You just gotta break it. You cannot be that person who's overly nice where you put all your ambitions and you're just always focusing on them. You have to stop the nice guy, the nice girl stereotype and street. What do you think?
Right. Being agreeable is great, but don't overdo it. Keep in mind, people want to know that you have a personality and that you're an individual. And if you're too agreeable, you can seem a little leeching, and that's not attractive either. Right.
And what is the famous thing that you girls always say? Oh, he's too nice. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. I hate that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You know, when y'all try to be too nice, though, y'all doing it in a very slick way. You know, men have a little slimy. Yeah, y'all have a tendency to be a little slimy when y'all being nice. It has some other intent behind it.
Oh, what kind of bullshit is that? Being nice gets you rejected. That is not right.
Well, your niceness should come with some substance, and most of the time it doesn't. It's just the truth of the matter.
You know what? That's going to be for another show. But that bothers me when I hear women say, I want to talk to him, but, you know, he's too nice. Let's get into another caller. Let's see. Let's get into 4068. You're on the relation.
Hello?
4068. You're on relationship 911.
Well, first of all, don't get into the friend zone.
Well, how do we not get in there?
Oh?
How do we not get in the friend zone? How do we avoid the friend zone?
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. We're listening to you. We're trying to figure out how do we avoid the friend zone.
Make your intentions clear. I mean, don't put your foot around this issue either. I mean, as a man, I mean, you're not gonna be the friend. You're gonna make your intentions clear. You're gonna go on a date, on a dinner date, not a lunch date, and you're not gonna go on dates with friends
as a group either. So you have to be pretty much like a girl will give you a side hug. A guy has to also do his part and man up and pretty much let her know where she stands. Now, if she's not interested, don't keep on talking to her and say, I'm interested in you, and as more than a friend. And if you don't want that, well, I can't talk to you anymore. I mean, you just got to be clear about it. I mean, because if you prolong that situation, you're not going to get anywhere with her. And it's delusional if you think you're going to get anywhere being a nice guy.
Right. Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller. Now, you know what? That leads another segue into my other intervention about interventions. Listen up, callers, about how to get out the friend zone. Break the nice guy streak. That's the one. And going to what the caller just said, think of it as a romantic relationship. Stop doing things like inviting them out with you and your homeboys, because she's gonna seem like, okay, I'm just out with the homeboys, and vice versa, ladies. If you're inviting them out with your homegirls all the time, that is gonna look like, okay, we're just buddies, right?
Right, and not only that, let me stick a pin in that, King James, and then it makes them seem available to all your other friends.
Yeah, so that's the catch-22. You know,
no,
because your homeboys are gonna look and they be like, well, y'all don't look like y'all in a relationship. You always invite her. They're gonna jug at it too, right?
Correct.
Right. So fellas, yeah, do not invite your person that you're romantically interested in out with the crew. Hold on, the phone lines are blowing up. Let me take some more calls. Let me get into we're gonna do some more quick calls before the show ends. Let's get into 4494. You on the relationship 911?
Hello. What's the topic tonight, guys?
Hey, you know what?
God.
Let me give this guy a round of applause.
Who is that?
Okay, look, we're talking about the friend zone, getting put in the friend zone, and how to get out the friend zone tonight. What you got to say?
Well, as far as getting put out of the friend zone, I think it's more emotional. Once you get in the friend zone, it's almost like trying to get out of quicksand. I mean, because once people feel some type of way about you, it's virtually impossible, barring women in a lottery or them finding out you have a 12-inch cock or something. It's very impossible to get out of the friend zone once you get in it, because I think it's an emotional attachment that comes along with being in the friend zone that does not allow you to cross that boundary. Because once you get in the friend zone with me, I'm done. I don't care how good you are good at what you are or what you have. There's pretty much nothing you can do, because I turn it off emotionally. And I think most people do as well.
Okay.
You know what? That's a good point, though, he brought up. Once you get put in the friend zone, some people see it, hey, you can't cross back over. So even though the heckler that just called in, he made a good point.
Okay, Arthur J. Look, let's get into some more calls. I'm going to get into, let's see. Who I didn't get into. Let's see. 42, 40, 68. Okay, I think I got it. Oh, okay. Look, I got one more call. Let's get into one more call before we end the show. Let's get into caller 3446. You on Relationship 911 with King James or Arthur J. What do you got to say? 3446. All right. So let's 3446. I'm going to go ahead and mute that. Anyway, Arthur J, we done took enough calls tonight. So look, I just want to wrap some things up right quick, okay? We're talking about the friend zone, right? A lot of people get put in the friend zone. A lot of things get you put in the friend zone. The way you act, lack of chemistry, being the nice guy, sometimes always being too needy, aggressively wanting to be in a relationship, and things like that, right? And then we talk about things on how to get out of the friend zone. So things are break the nice guy streak, right?
Correct.
Relax. So we're doing the opposite. Relax. Don't be so needy. Don't be like, okay, I need to be in a relationship. Sometimes I think knowing the difference, you know, treating this person romantically, meaning court them instead of treating them like a friendship by inviting them out with your friends and things like that, right?
Correct. And then also know who, you know, in addition to that, know who's worth your time.
Right. Right.
Sometimes,
And knowing the signs also, right?
correct. Correct. Know who you're dealing with. You know this person as a friend. So, you know when they're telling the truth and when they're not, when they're being genuine and when they're not. So be genuine, be sincere. When you see those things there, then that's something you can build on.
Right. And also, if you're unsure about the friend zone, sometimes just I would say be a little bit more forward, go in for the hugs, go in further so you can get those cues that she may not be, maybe touch her hand if you don't know. I mean, don't waste a bunch of time in the friend zone. Don't spend eons of trying to court somebody and they're not, and get some for sure signs like the one hand, go for the hug. If she gives you one hand, if you try to kiss her and she turns, these are some things, right?
Right. And you know what? It's so funny because I actually teach when I did greeters at CHAR to give side hugs so it wouldn't arouse men. So sometimes you may have to actually inquire. Yes. Hey. You may have to inquire why they're doing that. So be direct, kind of ask. And I think once we get to this age, 35 and up, hey, we don't have time to waste. Be direct, ask the question, hey, is there any future?
That's right. If all else fails, just be like, hey, be direct. And look, I ain't hanging around you for nothing. I'm just, I'm digging you. What's up? Do you want to pop? And if it just ain't, you just may have to accept it that you're in the friend zone.
That's right.
All right. So that was a good show, Arthur J. Give it up for ourselves.
Let's give our callers a round of applause. Can we give our callers a round of applause?
Yes. And we're here every Monday. We're talking about different relationship topics. I encourage y'all to keep sticking with us, keep rocking with us. Every Monday, we're here at 9 p.m. Me and Arthur J. and the whole internet camp out there. And if you can't catch us here, the conversation continues in Married in 2015, 24 hours a day, nonstop. We're talking about 7 days a week. Come in MI 2015, add your friends, add your kinfolk, add your mama, add your mailman to Married in 2015.
And look, hey, everybody, most of the people in 2015 work. We just do a lot of stuff to pass the time. So when you see a lot of posts going on, interactive.
Right.